Today on The List, unleash your inner racer on a go-kart, a look at the biggest movies coming in March, and what's behind the traditions of Mardi Gras.
If you're on a float, you must wear a mask and a costume.
Plus, how self-love is a must for healthy relationships.
The reality is the more that you love yourself, the more love you can give out to others.
But up first, why some couples choose to live separately. It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Jimmy Rose.
And I'm Christina Guerrero. Okay, we all know couples who live together before they get married and other couples who don't move in together until after the wedding bells ring.
But statistics say that more and more happy couples are deciding they may never want to merge households.
Yes, so we collaborated with our partners at the Scripps News show, The Why, and we're finding out more about living apart together. And that's our featured story at the top of the list.
First comes love, then comes marriage, and then for some, moving in together, right? Well, experts say many couples are taking the leap into living together off the table in a new modern way of committing called Living Apart Together, or LAT. Lifestyle editor and author of The New I Do, Vicki Larson, has studied the new phenomenon and says she's amazed at how many people have caught on to it, and there are several reasons why it's really sticking.
Sociologists now are finally starting to realize that this is a new family form. It's not just a little one-off, that more and more people are choosing this as a lifestyle.
For one, Vicki tells us the need to maintain freedom is actually one of the main reasons couples are leaning towards this lifestyle.
They value their independence, their freedom. They want a committed relationship, but they don't want all the constraints of living together.
And she says the category of prioritizing freedom fits the mold for a variety of people.
For both men and women who have a sense of independence, who really value their space, their time.
Another popular reason she finds is the even playing field it yields. You get to keep what's yours without having to negotiate.
Some compromises are unnecessary, really, to have a romantic relationship.
Such as monetary compromises, she says, they become nil as financial dependence comes off the list of relationship burdens, which is a healthy habit to have.
You should never confuse a romantic decision with a financial decision. Using a romantic partner as a way to afford your life is not really good.
And she says longing for each other is another factor couples consider to be important.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder is an accurate saying. Because you miss your partner, you think about your partner, which you can't really quite do when you're living with your partner.
Finally, she says divorced couples with children see less negative impact on their family while living apart, as it seems to keep everyone blended but unshaken.
Maybe this one has 2-3 kids, this one has 1 or 2 kids, and melding it together like one big happy Brady brunch kind of thing, it doesn't work, or they just are horrified by the whole idea.
But it's not for everyone, Vicki says, as she encourages those who see this as an appealing option to have a thorough conversation first to see if it's truly a fit.
If you are someone who does need a lot of space and time to yourself, if you are someone who does not like the marital model that we see out there, couples should ask themselves honestly, what would be my best way to live? This is a way to have the best of both worlds, I would say.
Staying together but living apart is at the top of the list.
February is the month of love, but it's usually about celebrating our feelings for other people. Well, it's time to put some shine on the person in the mirror and learn to fall in love with yourself.
Sharing love with others makes them feel great, but be sure to save a little sugar for yourself.
In our society, we think that self-love can be selfish. The reality is the more that you love yourself and the more that you are a whole individual, the more love you can give out to others.
Master Life Coach Dr. Crystal Connor shares her tips on how to become enamored with ourselves. For starters, let go of negative beliefs.
It's important that at some point you take a look and really address whether or not those beliefs are even true.
And where those beliefs may have come from.
Whether it come from parents or teachers or siblings that have said things, and we internalize that and make it true, and then we live out that reality.
Instead, challenge those beliefs.
If you never say, is that really true? Is that always true? Do I want that to be true in the future? If you never do that, then you're never going to let go of the belief.
But she warns not to totally disregard them.
Where you just think you're perfect and everything about you is amazing and there's nothing that needs to be changed, then you remove the growth that is possible.
Next, show yourself more compassion.
Showing yourself more compassion starts with looking at yourself as a whole.
Consider the opinions you have about yourself.
Write down what are all the things you believe to be true about who you are, and looking at that like you would talk to your best friend or talk to your child.
Learn to notice and shift negative self-talk.
And give yourself the compassion and the time and the patience to undo anything that's not serving you anymore.
Finally, drop perfectionism.
Perfectionism in this case is something that we employ because of fear.
Like the fear of rejection.
If I'm not this certain way, then people won't accept me and people won't love me.
But dropping perfectionism involves a little tough love.
No matter how great you think you are, there's going to be somebody that's better, faster, smarter.
Instead, look at your imperfections as your potential.
How many famous speakers and authors do we know now that were the class clowns, or the ones that were talking in class, and now they're providing so much value and bringing so much to the world?
So ask if your flaws are actually taking you where you want to go. If not,
what things do I need to do to try to change this behavior?
Crushing life by crushing on yourself.
Parades, food, costumes, and quirky traditions. Mardi Gras is world-renowned for being a one-of-a-kind party. Now, whether you're visiting the Big Easy for the first time or watching from afar, Hattie DeJamal's jumping into all things Mardi Gras.
Fat Tuesday or Mardi Gras is known the world over for its costumes, parades, and festivities. The celebrations can last for weeks.
Fat Tuesday can be as early as February 3rd or as late as March 9th. That is a movable feast.
Arthur Hardy, New Orleans resident and Mardi Gras expert, is here to explain it all. Starting with some of the parades and throws. The parades are organized and staffed by crews, and they get more elaborate as Fat Tuesday nears.
The bigger parades that have the bigger budgets are on Mardi Gras weekend. The oldest African American parade, Zulu, in the morning, their prize throw is a gilded coconut. And then Rex, the oldest parade from 1872, he's considered the king of carnival. That follows Zulu.
While they all throw beads, many toss aluminum doubloons as well, a tradition that started with Crew Rex in 1960.
The crew crest on one side and the parade theme invading the next.
But there are dozens of wacky alternative parades, like the Star Wars themed Crew of Chewbacca's, and a shout out to dad bods everywhere, the all-male 6'10 Stompers.
Welcome to the most ordinary show on earth. Rarely do we get the chance to see ordinary men practicing such extraordinary moves.
Our next Mardi Gras tradition, the over-the-top costumes.
By law and by tradition, if you're on a float, you must wear a mask and a costume.
They go from simple to elaborate, like the gay cruise costumes.
It's a dying art in craft.
And then there's the black masking Indians, celebrating the bond between their enslaved ancestors and the Native Americans.
These African Americans who dress up in Indian costumes, it'll take a whole year to make them.
We'll tie a bow on our traditions with a dessert fit for royalty, king cake.
King cake's an oval pastry with purple, green, and gold sugar on the top, and what makes it unique is inside of it is a plastic baby doll, and whoever gets that is the king or queen.
And those colors are important for what they represent, as decided by Crew Rex.
Gold would stand for power, green for faith, and purple for justice. And you'll see those colors everywhere during Mardi Gras.
For more of Arthur's tips, check out his website, MardiGrasGuide.com. Celebrating Fat Tuesday with Mardi Gras traditions.
Still to come on the list, why go-kart racing isn't just about speed.
Because if you go in too hot, you're going to start spinning out.
And black-owned restaurants making a difference.
We really based our company off being a part of the community and giving back.
Plus, all the movies to look forward to next month.
I'm incredibly excited for March releases.
All that and more ahead on the list.
Welcome back. And KG, let's get our hearts racing.
Yes, then let's head to the go-kart track. Is that Fast enough for you to get your heart moving?
Absolutely, it's my daily commute. Jackie Denker's got tips and tricks that'll have you driving like a champ.
If you're looking for ways to get more speed this year, we have you covered.
We came to a great place. We have high-speed carts that go up to 45 miles per hour.
45 miles an hour.
And while it's fun to just go fast, the goal is to win the race.
Knowing how to perform really well is key here.
JP Mullen, Chief Operating Officer at Octane Raceway in Scottsdale, Arizona, is going to give us some tips to try and get that #1 spot. Starting with, get to know your cart.
These carts are fully functional as far as all the adjustables. So actually, the steering wheel goes up and down, your seat can slide back and forth, and your pedals can actually move too.
So make sure to adjust each accordingly.
You want to be in a good area where you're still flexible and have reach all the pedals quickly and accurately. You get it?
No.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, I feel good. Yeah, I like it right here.
Both feet on the pedals. Having a good knee bend is really important too.
And of course, buckle your seatbelt.
Safety first.
We'll get you a helmet and you're ready to hit the track.
Yay! You ready to go, baby?
Once you get going, it's important to regulate your speed for optimal success.
Do you just like put pedal to the metal right away, or is there kind of like a method to that madness?
It's not just holding down the gas the entire time.
It's about knowing when to speed up and slow down. And he says the turns is where you put that to the test. What you want to do is...
You stay out really wide and you want to tap the brakes just before you get into the turn.
Okay.
Because if you go in too hot, you're going to start spinning out.
Then nicely corner the edge of the turn and keep that momentum.
And then accelerate as you exit.
And there will be other drivers, so if you want to win, you're going to have to pass them.
So you can be strategic about passing.
Yeah, find a good area where there's going to be a big change in momentum.
Namely the turns.
They take the inside line and you take the good outside line.
Yep.
You'll let them go past you and you'll sneak right in. Favorite part of kart racing is always passing.
Finally, don't fight the cart and have fun.
You gotta be one with the carts. You gotta kind of feel it.
Be the cart.
You don't want to fight it or oversteer because when you kind of pull it too hard, it'll cause you to spin out. It's all small movements too, right? So it's just a small movement here and there. If you wait to the very end and just jerk it, that's gonna cause a spin out.
Or if you go too hot into a turn, you may find yourself drifting, which may look kind of cool, but...
The more you drift and more you kind of slide, the less speed you keep up.
That was crazy.
That's the ultimate adrenaline rush right there.
A girl can dream. Can I just...
You can hold my trophy for a little bit.
One day.
Feeding our need for speed with Go-Karting 101.
Owning a restaurant is hard work, so when one becomes successful, well, it's important to acknowledge it, which is why, as we celebrate Black History Month, we are checking out a few Black-owned restaurants, bringing delicious cuisine and great stories to the table. Coming in at #1, Ben's Chili Bowl.
Go, 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 and Ben's. The real DC. Go, go, and Ben's. What's the real DC? Go, go, and Ben's.
Over the years, famous names have visited the Washington, D.C. location for its mouth-watering food and its history.
I remember Dr. King stopping in the Chili Bowl, sharing his dream with me, and I remember how his whole philosophy was nonviolent.
That is incredible. The original location, open since 1958, is a pillar of the community, but it's also franchised in several places, including Reagan National Airport. Okay, here's what's on the menu. Burgers, vegetarian dishes, a kind of sausage called half smokes, and so much more.
I hope you got your grills fired up. And if you don't got your grills fired up, you know where you can find me.
All of it sounds delicious to me. Okay, at #2, Red Rooster Harlem in New York. This location has been open for more than a decade and serves comfort food inspired by the neighborhood's diverse culinary traditions.
Today we're going to make the chowder, so giant family style tray.
You're going to start with some onions. Perfect. Carrots, right? We build the base, add in the tomato paste.
And it's also a place where local artists, musicians, and culinary talents are celebrated. I mean, so many reasons to visit. And last on our list of Black-owned restaurants is West Alley Barbecue and Smokehouse in Arizona.
We really based our company off being a part of the community and giving back. We definitely want to be considered a staple here in this community.
Located in downtown Chandler, this Tennessee-style barbecue restaurant is a feast for the senses. It also features live entertainment. Their mission is to provide slow-cooked barbecue that guests will come back for time and time again.
I do my chicken like 4 hours, my ribs, but my brisket I do like 15.
And those were a few Black-owned restaurants bringing flavor to their cities. Lots more to come on the list. Stay right there.
We have a list of foods from lifetime fitness trainer and nutritionist Ashley Diachetes that could help you look and feel younger. First, salmon.
Salmon is really, really rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Really good for brain health. They do really good things for your eyes.
Second, pomegranate.
It's actually a superfood. It's got punic acid in it, which is really good for reducing the inflammation in your body.
And third, avocado.
A really great source of omega-3, but it also has vitamin E in it, and it's really good for fine lines and wrinkles.
For more list tips, head to our YouTube channel, The List Show TV.
We're back, and on today's watch list, Oscar season has everyone talking about the movies, but really, those are last year's films. Been there, done that. Let's talk about the barrage of exciting new movies roaring into theaters in March.
From a boxing trilogy to a superhero sequel to a vintage video game brought to life, this spring season is sprinkled with box office hits.
I'm incredibly excited for March releases because there's so many incredible films coming out.
Fandango correspondent Nikki Novak gives us a closer look at 3 of her favorite star-studded movie options this spring. First up, part 3 of the successful Creed film collection, and in part number 9 of the Rocky franchise.
Glad to have you back out, huh?
Nikki tells us Sylvester Stallone bowed out of the movie ring this time to make room for the spotlight to shine on Michael B. Jordan as he makes his directorial debut.
I'm his son.
It's really important to him that he direct this film. He felt like he had a very personal story to tell.
The storyline deals with the now acclaimed boxer Adonis entangled in a tumultuous friendship with Damien, a childhood friend turned ex-con who comes at him for a piece of his fame.
And the person that he cast is none other than Jonathan Majors, who people know from the Marvel Universe.
I'm coming for everything. You threatening me?
Old friends face off in Creed 3 starting March 3rd. Next up, it's one of the oldest comic book stories brought to life again in Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
I don't deserve these powers.
This time, Nikki says lead actor Zachary Levi, who plays Billy Batson's childishly relatable superhero character, is riddled with guilt over his abundance of powers.
I feel like a fraud.
Billy Batson / Shazam, played by Zachary Levi, dealing with the fact that he is now a hero. And does he deserve that heroism? So he's dealing with all of a sudden having this anonymity lost.
That is until the Fury of the Gods, led by Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren, are unleashed.
The daughters of Atlas are coming for you.
It's going to be something like we've never seen before from a DC movie.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods flies into theaters on March 17th. Finally, fearless fighters and fiery dragons go head-to-head in Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Nikki says this role-playing fantasy game truly comes alive on the big screen.
It's been described by the cast as a movie that's going to fill you with humor and joy.
Figure it out over a drink?
Probably best.
See it in theaters on March 31st. March, new movies made to spark your spring fever on the watch list.
Ooh, fun movies. And you know, I'm sure a lot of fans are going to miss Sylvester Stallone in the latest Creed movie, but very cool for him to step aside.
Yeah, because he had all the best lines. Cut me, Mick.
Oh, I'm just going to cut you, Jimmy, cut you off. Friends, coming up, GQ has the fashion moves men should be making. Last on our list is next. Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for what's last on our list. And Jimmy, this is so exciting. GQ just releases 13 massive menswear moves to make in 2023. Let's run down the highlights, shall we? First, Zip-up hoodies are back, although I didn't know they left.
Oh, no, they never did leave. I keep a zip-up hoodie on the back of my chair at work. I've had it since college.
Yeah, I can tell.
Listen, the classics never go out of style, KG. What else you got?
Okay, they say to wear a ribbed white tank top with pants.
No, it's called underwear because you're not supposed to see it because it's under something else.
All right, Grandpa. Next up, let's get rid of the slides. Flip-flops are the must-have footwear. You don't like that one?
Wrong again. Slides are great because they don't dig into that gap between your big toe and your bird toe.
Big toe, bird toe. What is a bird toe?
It's the foot equivalent of your middle finger.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
So stick with the slides. Way more comfortable, especially if you wear them with socks.
All right, Jimmy, what makes you think you know more than GQ about fashion?
I just think the fashion industry pressures people to get rid of perfectly good clothes by making them feel like losers. It's wasteful, it's greedy, and it's kind of mean. So you know what? Take this, fashionistas.
What? What are you doing?
I'm flipping the fashion industry my bird toe.
Friends, that's what's last on our list. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Tomorrow on the list, how to navigate the path of self-discovery.
The job is to let go of the old you by focusing on and getting to know the new you.
Plus, why soul food is all about family.
From my grandmother, from his mom, we just picked and choose what worked best for us.
And
I am back, baby.
Hit fast forward with your favorite TV characters.
It's characters we all knew and loved, and we get to see where they are years later.
Tomorrow on the list.